Welcome to the first, hopefully annual, Federal Hill Days in Old Washington, Kentucky. I can't wait to bring you tours of this house, flintlock shooting, hawk throwing, and other fun events. So stick around. Let's make it happen. Let's get started with some period correct music from 1800 by these three lovely ladies.
Shining, her slender waist, her heavenly face that leaves my heart still pining. Ye gods above, oh hear my prayer, to my beauteous fair to find me, and send me safely back again to the girl I left behind me. Hello, Mr. Mark.
How you doing?
Cast me off discourteously, for I have lost.
With the lovely ladies entertaining us on the back porch of the Marshall house, we had activities going for the kids outside today.
I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever you would crave. I have both wagered life and land, your love and goodwill for to have.
Pretty cool. Got a split. That's the way you get them down. Good job. Several members of the Marshall family that were involved with the Revolutionary War and Kentucky and national politics rest in peace at the cemetery here at Federal Hill.
To cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever you would crave. I have both wagered life and land, your love and goodwill for to have. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight, green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves?
Man, I'm surprised you got the patience to do that.
It's the same thing I do every day. You take all of this disorder and
Yeah.
you make order.
Make
That's
order
all
of
I
it.
do every day. The first, there's 6 stages. The first 3 are quick, and then the 4th one is where you got to start weaving. So I'm on the 4th one, and then you got to weave the last 3 stages. And you got to keep the cane straight so it doesn't twist. But it's got a flat side and it's got a, what do you call it, sides? It's not too bad.
Well, time is all they had back in the day, I know, because, you know, they had.
Well, that's why you can get these,
schedule we got today.
chairs cheap. Hell, I think I paid $20 for that chair. And that's an 1815 chair. This one's probably 1840 to 1860.
And you'll have it looking good here someday. Well, come on over, sisters. Now, this was the Kentucky long rifle of the day.
Okay.
It might be a little heavy for you to hold on. It's not heavy, but
Yeah.
it's front,
You
this end
very
heavy.
front heavy, yeah.
Yeah, this is what they would have used, a long skinny barreled, a stock gun of the day, usually with a 42 to 46 inch barrel on them. This one's got a 42 on it. But the British would have used a thing called a Brown Bess gun, which is a little bit bigger than this one. Which one of these would you like to try? You want the lighter weight one or the heavier weight one?
The lighter one.
Lighter weight one? Yeah, let's make you the honorary. Put your arm through there.
Okay.
You're the honorary girl that
Okay.
shoots that thing. All right,
Okay.
here's what you're gonna do.
Okay.
All right, pull the cap out of that plug there, and we're gonna fill this up all the way to the top with It's called 2F Shoots and Powder.
Okay.
Now there's two reasons why you will do this. All right, now pour this right down inside there.
Right here?
Yep. The reasons why you would do this is because you'll know how much you have in the gun and you won't put too much in it.
Oh, okay.
All right, now plug this cap horn up there,
Okay.
and just set it aside. Just drop it. Let it go on your side.
Okay.
All right. Normally you'd put a round ball in there next, but we're not going to do that today.
Okay.
All right, get ready to shoulder her up. Now, pull this back one notch.
This right here?
Yep. Hold the cock. Now pull this to you all the way.
Okay.
Now pull this back one more time,
Okay.
and it's hot.
Okay.
Now before you shoot that,
Yeah.
let's put this on,
Yeah.
just so that,
Just in case. Think.
there we go. Now, shoot that British Billy. Go! You would have killed him. How'd you like that?
I loved
That's
it.
pretty
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
isn't it? I'll try that.
Girl.
Sing that song with me?
I'm ready.
All right.
Powder, patch, and ball, or it won't
Shoot
shoot at all.
Let's hear it one more time, a little bit.
Okay.
low.
Powder, patch, and ball, or it won't shoot at all.
In 1775, on the summons of Patrick Henry, Thomas Marshall recruited a battalion and became a major of a regiment known as the Culpeper Minutemen. At the Battle of Brandywine, Thomas Marshall's command was placed in a wood on the right, and though attacked by greatly superior numbers, maintained its position without losing an inch of ground until its ammunition was nearly expended and more than half of his officers and 1/3 of the soldiers were killed or wounded. The safety of the Continental Army on this occasion was largely due to the good conduct of Colonel Marshall and his command. The House of Burgesses voted him a sword. At Germantown, his regiment covered the retreat of the Continental Army. He was with Washington at Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. And this is the actual sword that he was awarded by the House of Burgesses.
Federal Hill. Welcome to the dining room. The dining room is the heart of any home. You begin your day here, you plan your day, what you're going to accomplish, and you end your evening here as well around the dining room table. Now, the Marshall family also gave lavish parties for all their guests, and they did have a lot of guests here. I do want to point out everything in the dining room is original to Federal Hill. The buffet, the table and chairs, the china cabinet are all original pieces. They have not been brought in. They were found here when the Elizabeth Wallingford Foundation began preservation. The china that you see on the table is Tavelin china from Limoges, France. It was also found here on the property in the attic. It was the same color as the fireplace with all the dirt and grime that had been buried on it. But some of the things that we're most proud of, are these particular pieces right here. Shortly after the American Revolutionary War, France and England got into a disagreement with each other. And France thought we would automatically back them because they had provided aid to us during the Revolutionary War. Our commander-in-chief at the time said, wait a minute, we're too new. We can't become involved in a war this quickly. I'm going to send 3 delegates over to help broker peace. And one of those delegates was our very own John Marshall. He had such diplomacy and such skill that upon completion of the XYZ assignment, the French government gifted him a full set of this china. Very thankful that we have these, and these were also discovered up in our attic. Everyone has asked, who is the maker? It is so old, they did not have to put their signature on the back of the china. So we're talking late 1790s. And we are truly blessed that the Elizabeth Wallingford Foundation has taken an active role in preserving this piece of history. And I think it's absolutely awesome that they've invited the community to come be a part of preserving this piece of history. Browse around in each of the rooms. We have a docent station, and there's items in each room that are original to the building. Most of the furniture that you see here has been stored here, and it's part of the history, but they have more. Each docent has a little piece of information or history that you need to hear. So,
well, this is the parlor, which is the living room, and everything you see as far as furniture is concerned is from this house upstairs. As you can see, some of it is not in very good condition. This is a picture of Tom Marshall. See, I knew I'm being filmed, so I can't do this, right? Anyhow, that's the original. And he was a good friend of George Washington. They went to school together, and when they graduated from school, George became a surveyor, and he used to go out and he would take Tom with him, so Tom learned surveying as well. And they did all of Virginia, and of course this was part of Virginia. When the war started, he and his sons followed right behind George and just, were the, really true Americans. In fact, he had a horse shot out from under him during one battle twice. And he would just get a riderless horse and he would move right on. He and his two sons were with George Washington at Valley Forge. So after the war, of course, they were given land grants because we had no money. And he actually took his land grant around Versailles and built his mansion, which this is a mansion back in the day. And his son Tom built this house.
So they weren't very friendly to him, but he did take a liking to Thomas's daughter Elizabeth. But Thomas saw that and he said, don't even think about it, you're first cousins. So he takes off and goes down to Paris, where he's working as a lawyer.
Yeah.
And he accumulates some wealth, $500. He comes back and Thomas says, yes, you can marry my daughter. So she inherits the house and they live here for the rest of their lives. And these portraits have hung here up until, 6 months ago.
Wow.
In this house since that point.
Oh my God.
And you can see on the family tree, I think this was obviously, she was probably about 19 years old at about 1820. So that's pretty early on. But
Yeah.
these portraits, they're adults, so maybe 1840s.
Wow.
1850s perhaps.
All right, sister, what are we doing here? What are we cooking in this pot here in front of us?
Today we're cooking burgoo.
Burgoo.
I used a recipe from Tim Farmer's Kitchen, and except they asked me not to use wild meat, although it's much better with venison, squirrel, and turtle. However, today we're using chicken, turkey, and beef.
Chicken, turkey.
It's an old, you use 3 meats and all the vegetables you can eat, and it's delicious.
Try some in here in a little while.
Oh, you got to try it. You got to try it. It's got whatever vegetables are in season, and we've got a little bit of everything.
I think somebody tried it and broke the frame. Yeah, our things are so old, so.
Oh, you shot him in the face.
Give us a warning next time you get ready to pull the trigger.
That was touchy.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why you got those.
Powder, patch, and ball, or it won't shoot at all.
You do better than that.
powder patch and ball, or it won't shoot at all.
That's better. Good. That was kind of bad on the handling.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it, the first, hopefully, annual Federal Hill Days in Old Washington, Kentucky. I absolutely love displaying the firearms and watching folks walk through the house, checking out a 200-year-old house owned by the Marshall family. Thanks for watching, and remember, Jesus does love you. We'll catch you next time.